Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we have a special guest. This is my husband Jake, and we are going to talk about what we learned in our second year of marriage. We did a first year, like what we learned in our first year of marriage a year ago, obviously. And so I thought we could make this kind of like a tradition. All right, so if you're interested, then go ahead and keep watching, but don't forget to click that subscribe button down below before we get started. We're really close to 1,000, which is really exciting. So yeah, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below and let's go ahead and get started.
I'll start with this one because this one's an easier one to explain. I said to help your wife even when she doesn't ask.
How did you learn that this year? And why?
It's just like simple things that if your wife were to ask you to do it, like
or
on the regular.
Any spouse, any like
husband, wife.
Anyone.
That you should just do them without them having to ask a million times. I feel like that's something
Give
simple.
us an example.
Like taking out the trash or doing dishes or not leaving plates and clothes everywhere. Stuff like that. I don't know, I feel like it creates a better, happier environment whenever things are just like clean around the house or things are already done and they don't have to stress about it.
Mm-hmm. Especially,
it's kind of obvious, but I feel like people kind of look past that sometimes, and something simple to do that can make things
my
easier.
life better,
make
and
life
marriage
easier.
better, you know?
Yeah.
One thing that we have learned is to enjoy our alone time. We said the same thing last year. It was more of a struggle of like balancing our alone time and like understanding that we don't have to do everything together. Basically it was for me because he had alone time with Xbox and like could hang out with his friends that way, and I really didn't have anything like that. First of all, Xbox is not that big of a deal anymore, which if you would have told, am I boring you? If you would have told me that last year, I would not have believed you. But I think because we've been in and out of quarantine so much this year and just like spent a lot of time at home, I think we've really appreciated learning how to like do our own separate thing. So alone time is another thing, not that we learned, but we learned to appreciate, I guess.
And invest in, well, this isn't one of my things, but invest in your significant other's hobbies. Like,
yeah, that's a good
She
one.
talked about Animal Crossing for the longest time, and
I used
got
to
her a
love
Switch,
it
and
so
now
much.
it's like it gives her something to do. Like if I want to go play Xbox, but she has her Switch, or get her puzzles or like things like that that makes her want to invest into like little hobbies that she likes doing, then something that's worth investing in. Then
so I kind of discovered my like alone time hobbies this year, I guess.
I mean, I kind of said that one, but that wasn't one of the ones I wrote down. But I said it's also, well, to counteract what she just said, it's important to do things together, which obviously one thing to do is finding a hobby that you both enjoy doing together, which I think for us is probably cooking, because we both really enjoy cooking and that's fun to do together.
And going to the grocery store kind of like goes in with that. Like it's more of me like not wanting to do anything by myself, which is a whole nother story, but I like that like you want me to wait for you to go to the grocery store, or I like choose to wait to go to the grocery store or go like run any errands, just because I feel like, especially when he's working and we're not in quarantine, he's at work a lot, so you know, it's nice to like have those things to set aside and like do together. Another thing that has been important this year, or like not really, we haven't like made an effort to make this happen, but this year we've really focused a lot more on like our own personal issues and struggles instead of like our struggles as a marriage, I guess. So especially with this year, like we all know 2020 in general, but we've learned to like lean on each other a lot better and like understand what each other needs whenever we're in our own like individual struggles, which I feel like we're gonna have to keep learning for the rest of our life. But you know, I feel like our first year of marriage was like all about us trying to like merge our lives, and this year I feel like we worked a lot on like our own individuality and like working on your like physical therapy stuff, me with like my mental health, you know, just like stuff like that. We were like learning to be individuals but together.
I think we both probably gained a better understanding of each other's mental health. Like, we both struggle with anxiety, and understanding the different types of anxiety and like what she goes through versus what I go through, and having to like actually explain that to each other, I feel like helps both of us understand better whenever like the other person's struggling, and like how to help that person whenever they're like going through whatever it is.
Yeah, I feel like last year we knew about the struggles that we both had, but we didn't really understand like each other's struggles, I guess. And I feel like I feel like this is a long one, but I feel like you've been really good about like remaining calm when you know I'm like about to panic about something, or like I'm about to blow up about something. He knows like that
Especially driving.
Yeah.
If we're in a driving situation that's raining sideways, like my anxiety spiked, but like I just won't say anything and I'll just like hold her hand or just be like, it's okay.
PTSD.
And I'm just like freaking out on the inside.
So anyways, enough about mental health and stuff, but.
Yeah. I put patience, which I had a good reasoning why I said that earlier, but.
I think it kind of ties in with the last one though. Like we've both been going through a lot this year, like as just as human beings, that like we've learned to have patience with each other.
Yeah, I think like teaching each other patience too, and like helping people understand that like everything happens for a reason, that you gotta like be able to like just have faith that things are gonna happen for you. Like,
okay, so I have 2 different ones left and he's looking down at them. So if we're looking that way, that's what we're looking at. Yeah. So one thing that we've really learned this year that I feel like we were not very good at before, and I'm gonna just say me, take full responsibility for that, because I'm either a blow up whenever I'm mad or I shut down whenever I'm mad. Like there's no in between. And I feel like this year I've tried really hard to like, which I think was so some small little piece of backstory. We had our courthouse wedding and we had like traditional vows, obviously. So the next year after that, whenever we had our wedding, we made vows to each other. We kind of forgot to like do it at the wedding day, but we did it after. So like every year we're gonna like do something like this where we sit and evaluate our marriage and kind of talk about new vows for the year. And obviously the old vows like play into it, but I think one of mine this year was to like not just like blow up or shut down, like be able to tell him whenever something's frustrating me, or like be able to take responsibility for stuff whenever things go wrong, and not just like automatically blame everything on him, which he's just a great human being, okay? I'm really lucky because I get mad about stupid stuff, and I feel like I've been trying this year to be able to sit down and be like, hey, I just want you to know that I would really appreciate if you took the trash out, or like instead of being like, why didn't you take out the trash? You know what I mean? So that's my one that I've learned this year. I don't know how you relate to that, but I feel like we talked about that last year whenever we were like doing our vows again.
Yeah.
I think that you've been able to like be more sensitive to how I feel about stuff this year.
Yeah, I think I've had more of a open heart this year, I would say, with actually like talking about my feelings and helping you with your feelings, which is weird because
he's getting weird talking about it right
well, it's weird because like I'll literally like talk to some homeless dude about his whole life and like help him through things, and then it's weird whenever you're in a relationship that you've been in for a long time, like sometimes talking about deep feelings is like not always there.
And I just like always want to talk about deep stuff, which is just like,
it's harder for her to pull it out of me than it is for like some random dude. Like it's weird, but
you've been better about it this year.
Yeah, I've been better, I think, this
like
year.
Being able to tell me like, hey, what you said was like rude, not in a mean way, but just being like, hey, would you appreciate like
you.
Yeah, like taking the time to understand that what you're saying is like hurtful, instead of before he was very much the kind of person that was like, whatever, like I don't care, whatever. Yeah, and just like let me blow up. And now I feel like we've kind of balanced each other out this year. And the last one that I want to talk about, which I didn't really discuss with you, but I feel like you'd probably agree, is at the end of the video last year we talked about how we wanted to like put God first and make it a priority to like go to church and like read the Bible together and like do that kind of stuff. And I feel like this year we've had a really good balance of each other, because I feel like I'm always the kind of person that's like, and not that you're not like this, but I'm always the kind of person that like sets my expectations really high of like, we together are gonna do this and this and this. And like I feel like this year I kind of allowed you to lead better. I don't know why I did quotations, but like there were times whenever if I was having a bad day or something, he brought up, okay, well, why don't we watch a sermon together? Things like that. And I feel like you've never really been comfortable doing that before. So I feel like we've balanced each other out this year with the faith. I feel like more comfortable than you were, and I'm not that I'm not as comfortable. I set my expectations high, and then whenever I don't reach them, I like just shut down about it. So I feel like this year we've really balanced that. Being able to talk about religion and talk about our beliefs and talk about
Making each other feel comfortable with it.
Yeah, and like I feel like I've learned to like kind of back off a little bit sometimes, like because I know that sometimes it's just not as comfortable to like, you feel like you, because you're married, you're like have this high expectation of like we need to be the most perfect marriage with like perfect faith and just be perfect, and it's just not like that. And like when I set my expectations too high, I feel like I get discouraged when we don't reach it together, instead of me just backing off and letting him lead. So I feel like that's something that last year was kind of a goal, and I feel like we turned out better than I expected. And even though we're not the perfect marriage, the perfect faith, stuff like that, I feel like we're together. Our marriage with faith has grown stronger just because we've learned to like balance each other out. That is what we learned in our second year. And I want next year, I feel like because we've grown so much since being married in general, I want to have a lot more fun next year.
That's our 4th year of marriage?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't do
This is our 4th year of being together though.
Nice.
In June will be 4 years. Anyways, in our next year, in our 3rd year of marriage, I want to come back and be like, we had so much fun.
Travel a lot. Well,
I'm not setting my expectations too high for that one, but yeah. So I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. Look forward to a whole year from now. We're gonna do it again and reflect on what we learned in the last 3 years. So happy 2 years.
That'll be the next time you'll see me.
That's not true. He's in way more videos, and he would love to make videos of his own, okay? But he won't.
No.
But I will edit them.
Maybe I'll do a vlog takeover this year and vlog my
He's
drive
gonna
to
start
work.
vlogging this year, okay? Y'all wait. Y'all wait for it. He will. I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to click that subscribe button. Like I said earlier, I have a hair on my hand.
Go Rockets.
Click this like button if you like Jake being in videos and you want him to do a takeover one day, or just start vlogging in general, that'd be great. And I will see you guys in my next video.
Comment below if the Lakers are going to beat the Nets in the finals.
What? Okay, this video is so long. Gotta go. Bye!